pathetic that, like, she just comes in and, like, almost passes, like, she's so close to passing me, and everybody's reminding me that she's gonna pass me, and I just want to prove this that I am better than her because I am Zoe Laverne and I am literally the star of TikTok.
Zoe Laverne's rise to fame seemed unstoppable, but her fall from grace was nothing short of horrifying. What started as innocent TikTok videos quickly spiraled into one of the platform's most disturbing scandals. In late 2020, Zoe was exposed for her inappropriate relationship with a 13-year-old fan named Connor, sending shockwaves through her audience of over 21 million followers. Now, 5 years later, new revelations have come to light. Connor, now 18, has stepped forward with shocking details about what really happened during their relationship. From emotional manipulation to disturbing new evidence, this story is darker than anyone initially believed.
This actually does lead us into some dark territory, which is now the main reason that in 2025 people know Zoe Laverne. Because you see, in November of 2020, Zoe Laverne, at 19 years old, was exposed for grooming and kissing a 13-year-old fan.
So how did Zoe Laverne go from America's TikTok sweetheart to one of the most controversial figures on social media? And why is this scandal resurfacing after so many years? Let's begin with Zoe's rise to fame and how the cracks in her image began to show. Zoe Laverne started her TikTok career like many others, posting lip-syncing videos, dances, and relatable content that quickly gained her a devoted following. By 2019, she had amassed over 21 million followers and was one of the platform's top creators. Her bubbly personality and girl-next-door charm made her a favorite among teens and younger audiences. But as Zoe's fame grew, so did the controversies. One of her first public scandals involved Charli D'Amelio, TikTok's breakout star at the time. Zoe was accused of being jealous of Charli's meteoric rise, even breaking down in a viral video where she claimed she felt replaced by Charli. This moment painted Zoe in a less flattering light, with fans starting to notice a pattern of emotional outbursts and immaturity. Still, Zoe managed to hold on to her massive following. Many fans excused her behavior, chalking it up to the pressures of being a young influencer in the spotlight. Little did they know, the real scandal was just around the corner. In late 2020, allegations surfaced about Zoe's relationship with a 13-year-old fan named Connor. The claims started as rumors, but quickly gained traction when videos leaked showing Zoe kissing Connor.
Was manipulating and telling Connor that she would off herself if she was ever caught. The truth of her obsession with this little boy goes back to when he was just around 10 to 11 years old at their first meeting, all the way up until federal crimes, literal federal crimes, were alleged to have been broken.
Fans were horrified, and the once beloved creator found herself at the center of a firestorm. But Zoe's reaction to the scandal only made things worse. She addressed the situation in a tearful live stream, admitting she had developed feelings for Connor, but insisting their relationship wasn't inappropriate. Her defense, "It's not illegal because he's not 12, he's 13, left fans speechless and sparked even more outrage. Zoe's rise to TikTok fame had officially turned into a PR nightmare. But as bad as things were in 2020, the full extent of the situation wouldn't come to light until years later, when Connor finally spoke out. In late 2020, Zoe Laverne's relationship with a 13-year-old fan named Connor became public knowledge, forever changing her career. The scandal began when videos leaked of Zoe kissing Connor, a boy who had been known to her audience as one of her most loyal fans. The footage was impossible to ignore, and fans were quick to call out the glaring age difference. Zoe was 19 at the time. At first, Zoe denied any wrongdoing. She claimed that she and Connor were just close friends and that the kiss had been taken out of context.
Videos that leaked that I'm not going to show here of her kissing and cuddling on a child in a very inappropriate way. But I will show you some reaction. Gotta go traverse the evil depths of Twitter or X or whatever it's called.
However, the backlash grew louder when Zoe took to Instagram Live to address the controversy. In a tearful and now infamous live stream, she admitted that she had developed feelings for Connor. Her exact words, "Connor and I caught feelings for each other. It's not illegal because he's not 12, he's 13. Only made things worse. Fans were horrified by her lack of accountability, accusing her of grooming and manipulating a minor. Zoe's defense that their relationship was platonic and that Connor had been the one to develop feelings for her didn't sit well with the public. Many argued that as an adult, Zoe should have known better, regardless of her intentions. The fallout was immediate. Zoe lost thousands of followers overnight, and brands that had once partnered with her began quietly cutting ties. TikTok temporarily banned her account, though it was later reinstated. Criticism wasn't limited to the internet. Legal experts weighed in, with some calling for further investigation into Zoe's actions. Though no formal charges were filed, the damage to her reputation was undeniable. For Zoe, the situation became a turning point in her career. She attempted to move on, posting regular content as though nothing had happened. But for her critics, the scandal was far from forgotten. And little did Zoe know, the story was far from over. Fast forward to 2025, and Connor, now an 18-year-old, has come forward with shocking new details about his relationship with Zoe.
Really think I need to go through, but then we get into the final message where it goes back to the original topic stating, I know that I'll heal and I'll be alright mentally because of the support system I have here at home.
In a tell-all interview, Connor shared his side of the story, revealing that Zoe's behavior was far worse than initially reported. Connor described how Zoe used her fame and influence to emotionally manipulate him. According to him, Zoe would shower him with attention, making him feel special and important, only to turn around and guilt-trip him whenever he tried to set boundaries. He claimed that Zoe often reminded him how much she had done for him, using her platform as leverage to keep him quiet about their interactions. Connor also revealed new evidence in the form of text messages and audio recordings. In one message, Zoe allegedly expressed jealousy over Connor talking to other girls his age, calling him disrespectful and accusing him of not valuing their connection. In one particularly disturbing audio clip, Zoe could be heard apologizing for her actions, but simultaneously justifying them by saying that she couldn't help how she felt. Connor admitted that the situation left him struggling with mental health issues for years. He revealed that he felt pressured to downplay their relationship whenever questioned, fearing backlash from Zoe's fanbase. Now, as an adult, Connor said he felt it was time to tell the full truth, not just for his own closure, but to protect others from going through the same experience. The internet's response to Connor's revelations was swift and overwhelming. Fans expressed their support for his bravery, with many calling for TikTok to permanently ban Zoe from the platform. Hashtags like #Justice for Connor and #Zoe Laverne exposed began trending, reigniting calls for accountability.
One article, it says that she deleted her Instagram, but I believe she actually deactivated her Instagram, and she popped up on another Instagram platform, the ZLP fandom. It was like a little fan group, and posted this saying, "Thank you for everything, really. But for right now, I don't think I'll be back on social media again."
While Connor's truth brought him praise and validation, it also reignited the scrutiny surrounding Zoe. And her response to the new allegations only added more fuel to the fire. As Connor's revelations spread across social media, Zoe Laverne found herself back in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. But instead of taking accountability, Zoe doubled down on her defense, igniting even more backlash. In a series of Instagram stories, Zoe dismissed Connor's claims as exaggerated and accused him of trying to gain attention. One post read, "I've moved on with my life, and so should everyone else. This isn't fair to me or my family." Zoe also claimed that Connor was twisting the truth and that the situation had already been resolved years ago. However, fans quickly pointed out the lack of accountability in her statements. Many noted that Zoe's posts focused on defending herself rather than addressing Connor's claims or apologizing for her actions. Critics accused her of prioritizing her image over the harm she caused, with one viral tweet saying, "Zoe cares more about saving face than about the damage she did to Connor. It's disgusting." To make matters worse, old clips of Zoe's 2020 livestream resurfaced, further damaging her credibility. In one of the clips, Zoe can be seen laughing off the accusations, saying, "People are just jealous of what Connor and I had." Fans compared these old statements to her recent posts, arguing that her pattern of downplaying the situation has remained consistent over the years. The backlash wasn't confined to fans. Several influencers and creators spoke out against Zoe, calling her behavior unacceptable. Some demanded that TikTok take stronger action, with one prominent creator saying, How many chances are we going to give her? She's proven time and time again that she doesn't deserve this platform. Zoe's career, already struggling post-scandal, took another hit. Her follower count dropped significantly, and brands that had cautiously re-engaged with her began cutting ties once again. It became clear that Zoe's attempts to defend herself were only digging her deeper into a hole. But this scandal isn't just about Zoe. It's part of a much larger conversation about influencer culture and the lack of accountability on platforms like TikTok. Zoe Laverne's story is more than just a scandal. It's a reflection of the darker side of influencer culture. With millions of followers and very little oversight, creators like Zoe often find themselves in positions of unchecked power. The blurred lines between influencers and their fans, especially when age differences are involved, have led to situations like this one far too often. Critics argue that Zoe's case highlights the need for stricter policies on platforms like TikTok. Despite her repeated controversies, she has continued to maintain a presence on the app, leaving many to question why creators with harmful behavior are allowed to stay. One digital safety advocate noted, "Platforms like TikTok have a responsibility to protect young users from people who abuse their influence." Zoe's case shows how much work still needs to be done. The Zoe Laverne controversy has also reignited debates about cancel culture. While some argue that Zoe's career is effectively over, others believe she has been given far too many chances. Many fans have pointed out the stark contrast between how male and female influencers are treated in similar situations. They argue that Zoe's behavior has been excused for far too long, while other creators have faced harsher consequences for less. Connor's bravery in coming forward has also sparked important conversations about how young fans can be vulnerable in these situations. His story has inspired others to speak up about their own experiences, leading to a larger movement of accountability within the influencer world. But as Zoe's career continues to crumble, one question remains. Will social media platforms finally take a stand, or will history continue to repeat itself? With Connor's revelations and the overwhelming backlash, Zoe Laverne's career appears to be hanging by a thread. Over the years, she's faced controversy after controversy, but this time it seems like there's no coming back. Her attempts to defend herself have only fueled the outrage, and her lack of accountability has solidified her position as one of TikTok's most controversial figures. Fans and critics alike are questioning how Zoe has managed to maintain her platform despite her repeated scandals. While her follower count has plummeted, she still has a sizable audience, and TikTok has yet to take any definitive action against her. Some argue that this is a failure on the platform's part, with one advocacy group stating, "Allowing creators like Zoe to remain on the platform sends a dangerous message, that fame and clout can shield people from the consequences of their actions." The contrast between Zoe's downfall and Connor's rise as a voice for accountability has also been striking. While Zoe's career is in freefall, Connor has been praised for his bravery in speaking out. His story has sparked important conversations about the power dynamics between influencers and their fans, and the need for greater protections for vulnerable audiences. As the calls for TikTok to permanently ban Zoe grow louder, the question remains. Will she finally face the consequences of her actions, or will she continue to hold on to the remnants of her fame? One thing is certain, her career will never be what it once was. Zoe Laverne's story serves as a chilling reminder of how fame, when misused, can lead to devastating consequences. What started as an innocent TikTok career quickly spiraled into a series of scandals that exposed the darker side of influencer culture. Her inappropriate relationship with Connor, her inability to take accountability, and her repeated deflections have left her reputation in ruins. Meanwhile, Connor's courage in coming forward has highlighted the importance of accountability and the need for change within the influencer space. His story has inspired a larger conversation about the responsibilities of creators and the platforms that enable them. Zoe's fall from grace is a lesson in how the choices you make in the spotlight can come back to haunt you. But it's also a reminder of the power of speaking out, even when it's difficult. What do you think? Is Zoe Laverne's career officially over, or will she somehow manage to make a comeback? And what does the story say about the state of influencer culture today? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest controversies in social media history. Because if there's one thing we've learned, it's that the internet never forgets.